Okay then, that's two things I got done today that I wanted to get done today. So, let's bring it back to Luke's truck. And I believe, I'm not a firm believer in this, but I'm a little bit of a believer in this. Yeah, if I pull these wheels from one side and or the other, they will pull off. And I'll be able to get this axle off. I don't know that for absolutely sure, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I think so. Let me just say that. Look at there. See, there's one. That's the one with the hubby cap on it. Holy joy. We're taking the wheels off of Luke's truck because we're gonna re-drill the axle hole further toward the back of the frame. So we're going to move the axle. Y'all listening to me over there, just because I ain't looking at you, don't mean you can be crawling under your desk and swapping love notes with the person sitting next to you, you know. Y'all should know by now that I got eyes in the back of my head and I'm watching you all the time. Anyway, where was I? Little Becky, you sitting in the front row. You tell me, where was I? Oh, that's right. I was working on this axle. I was pulling that tar right there off of that axle. Oh, the joy. I'm starting to get a little wrist cramp from all the wiggling around I'm doing over there. I might have to change my, there you go. I'm about to say I might have to change the focus, but I think I got it now. So, I believe almost from right there, I could re-drill that back axle. Hey, there's a handsome man. Where'd he come from? In fact, let me take the axle off this other one. I got a pile of toy trucks here. How cool is that? Pile of toy trucks. Oh, boy. I think this one here is already about loose. Yeah. So, that right there. And I believe that I can mark, bring y'all back over here. See, I believe I can take this other axle and line up the holes with this axle and figure out where to put that hole. Or I could get scientifically technological and get me out a measuring device and a marking device, and I can measure and mark and measure. That there could be successful. That could be a successful thing too. So the distance between that hole and that hole is 1.5 inches. And the distance from, let's see, we could go from the top of the frame, because if I go from the top of the frame, that's, pay attention. I hate these rulers that's got so many marks on them. Sometimes they just overdo it. That hole is 1/4 inch biggish, and it's 1.5 inches to the top of the hole, 1 3/4 inches to the bottom of the hole, and it's, I think I done said 1.5 inches between the two holes. So if I was to measure, I need me a marking device. Let's see now. Let's see if I can locate me a marking device. I'll just hang on now. I got stuff in here. I'm pretty sure I can locate me a marking device. I don't know if I can locate one that's right or not. Now if I get lucky. Let's try this one. So if I use this here marking device and I measure, let me get a different measure. I don't like that. like that one a little bit. I like this one better, I think. Oh yeah, it's got bigger numbers on it. Battery's going dead on my hearing aid. Can you believe that? Okay, so I'm going to put a mark right there at the 1.5" spot. And then I'm going to put a mark down from the top of the frame at the, well, a little bit more than half. A little bit more than half. Somewhere about right there. If I take my drill, if I get me a drill, oh, I got a drill right there. Look here. Here's one sitting there just waiting for me. If I drill that hole out, I don't know if I'll need a punch to get that to stay there or not. Let's see. Might need a punch, I don't know. That looks about perfect. I might need to make it a little bigger, but it looks about perfect. Y'all see that there? Okay. So we'll do this in here the same way. We'll get us a measuring device. And we'll get us a marker or a marking device. I ate me some leftover lasagna a while ago. That was some good. My baby cooked it up the other night. We had a dinner over at her daughter's house, and she made lasagna. Boy, sure was good. I liked it a whole lot. Mighty fine. I'm a little foolish now, but other than that, I'm mighty fine. It's really high technical drilling stuff here, so I need to give it my entire focus. I'm going to entirely focus on that hole I'm drilling right there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to enlarge and cage that hole a wee bit. Yeah, not much, but a wee bit. Somebody sent me a video on drill bit sharpening the other day. That was C.E. Smith. I think I got that right. I'm looking it up. And I linked it on my comment on that video I was making. I was drilling out them drill studs, them lug nut studs. And I was talking about sharpening drill bits. And that got me one of them drill doctors, and he said he sharpens his by hand. And he sent me a video on how to do it. And I'm going to try sharpening my own video. I'm going to sharpen my own videos and sharpen my drill bits too. So I'm going to try his method. But not today. Today I'm drilling. I'm not sharpening. On another day I'll be sharpening and not drilling, and then on that day I'll do whatever it was I was just talking about. So we got an appropriate size looking hole here. I can't think of any reason that Luke would need me to leave that piece of string on there. I doubt if it's got sentimental value. I doubt if it's got any value. I'm gonna take it off. Hope that was okay. And if it wasn't, just in a complaint, you know, the complaint process, I've gone over it several times. So this should go through that, and through that. And I take these two tars, ain't that cute? And I stick that in there. I stick that one in there, and I just put it on like this. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel it in the palm of my hand. And then I put this one here with the hubcap on the outside. I guess you could spin these around if you didn't want the hubcap, you know. I never thought about that much, but I guess you could. I guess you could. Okay. Okay. Now, that's what it looks like now. And we ought to put the cab on it. I'm going to set this. I'll use the Jeep for a flat spot because I got all this stuff here. I had all this stuff sitting up on top of the Studebaker, and I had cardboard on the roof. But then I took the cardboard and I put it under the Jeep to lay on. I put all the toys over here. But this cab, put that right there. This cab goes on here, but there's a couple of little brads right in here that I drilled out. And they go through a couple of holes on the front of this cab. I love that. Let me sit this on here. Well, that sits on there pretty good, don't it? Oh, look at that. I think we might need to get a picture of that for Luke. Let me sit that up on the top of the hot rod over here. You get a goodliest view of it. I didn't bring my cell phone, so I'm going to take a picture with my camera. But is that a good shot? Looks like the moon's coming up behind it, don't it? I guess I don't know if he'd want that danger of death sign in the background. He might think it makes it more cooler. Or the pirate flag. He might like that pirate flag in the background just about as much. Yeah. Boy, I like that. It looks good. Now, he said something about he wants to put some wood racks. He wants to put some wood racks back here on the back of the truck. Up here, guys will take a dump truck and they'll put some 2x6s and 2x8s and 2x10s and 2x12s on the side of it because they fill it full of firewood. And they sell firewood by the cord, so sometimes they want a stack of firewood up higher than the dump body. And he's talking about putting some wood things. I think that's what he's talking about. So we're gonna discuss that further. Not today, but sometime soon. We're gonna discuss that further. He might also want a paint job on this, and I figure he's the man when it comes to paint. I mean, he's the painter, he's the artist, he's the artiste. I'm just the mechanical truck driver, truck fixer kind of guy. But I think I might set that one aside. See, I hadn't permanently attached that cab in the front where I showed you where I drilled out them little holes. But having it where it is, it's easy to get the cab off if you want to do some work on it and paint it. He wants me to build him some mirrors for that. And so that's something else. That's something else I'm going to do. But what I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to take that cardboard that I put under this Jeep, put it back on top of the hot rod. That's the Studebaker. That's Mike's car right there. I spoke yesterday at Mike's funeral, and one of his brothers, I think it was one of his brothers, was talking about the hot rod Mike built and what he built it out of, and kind of going through the whole history of how he remembered it, him building that car. And when he got through, I said, "You know where that car is at today?" And he said, "No." And I said, "Well, I do. In my garage." And I told him the story about how Mike sold it to me. That's pretty awesome. And I told him if him and the family ever want it back, that I would never sell it to anybody else, but I'd sell it to his boy. I think Michael was one of his boys that had it. If his boy wanted to buy it. Now we can also adjust this front end. I'll do this in such a way that Luke can see what I'm talking about. See, right now, that front end looks like it sits pretty close, but it could come up a little. And also, if it came up a little, see how that light might be blinding us. See how when I raise it up a little,
it changes how it fits to the back of that dump body, and there's a little daylight up under them tires, which to me, that's how it should sit. The back of the cab should line up with the dump body, and the front tires shouldn't be sitting down low, but kind of up high a little bit. That's what I'm thinking.